Bridge deck 3F complete. Alrighty. Oh, hey there. Just working on completing my checklist to make sure I have all the parts for the R.M.S. Titanic build. And well, I'll show you just here real quick. As you can see here, I made a copy of the instructions so I could write on the actual ones, because I don't like to mark up the actual original instructions, just kind of for keepsake purposes, stuff like that. So anyways, I've got this page here, page 20. I've checked all the pieces on here, everything is there. And for page 19, I've checked all the pieces here, everything is there. So that's all the parts that come with the actual kit. Now there's also, with this kit comes the vinyl flooring, which I have that, and the photo etch, which I have that. So everything's here. And yeah, so next start is the build process. So we'll see you in a bit. Okay, so this is the first segment into the RMS Titanic build. And so I've got in front of me here page number 3, which is steps 1, 2, and 3. I think at this point in time, I'm not going to start with step number 1. I'm going to move straight over to step number 2 and install the cross braces and the 2 side pieces. The reason for that is, well, there isn't any real reason for it other than I just don't want to do that just yet. I want to get into building the model. But I just want to put these pieces on here just so I don't forget that part of the step of the build and go ahead and put the decks on without getting that done. So I'm going to do that. And what I might have to do before I actually do put the decks on is I will have to build this, because I'll need to drill the holes in the bottom of the hull to mount the stand. So when I get to that part, I'll do this step here then. But until then, I'm just going to do the cross braces and then probably the 2 side pieces that hold the prop on. So F5 and F6 are these 2 pieces right here, which I'll glue them on, and you can see there's the mount for the props. I'm not going to put the props on yet. Reason for that is I don't want to break them off, and I got to paint them anyways, and they're not going to be the same color as the hull, obviously, so I'm not going to put them on just yet. I'll put them on after painting is all done. So the cross pieces are these pieces right here. What I've gone ahead and done is I just snipped them with my rough snips, and just to get them off of the sprue. So now what I'm going to do is come along with my good snips, and then I'm just going to take them and snip these pieces off like that. And then once I've got that all done, I'll just come along with my little sander, sand those smooth, and then I can put these into place into the hull. And that'll be that for now. So once I get that done, I think my next step is going to be to move on to step number 4, which is right here. And step number 4 is quite involved. So it's building, looks like it's building some of the pieces that goes on to the deck, and running some lines. Now again, I don't think I'm going to run any lines just yet. I'm just going to work on putting the fixtures and stuff onto the deck itself, and painting and getting that stuff finished in this step here. I believe with this step here, I'm going to have to revert to the extra instructions, which is these 2 here, because I haven't looked into it just yet, but there may be some photo etch parts that I have to put on here. which is this piece right here. Talks about the photo etch, and if I look, I would see photo etch need to be done on that part there of the forward deck. So that's going to have to be done. And the biggest thing I want to concentrate first is getting the vinyl flooring on. And I didn't show that yet, but this here is the vinyl flooring. So as you can see, this piece right here, I'm going to have to lay down onto the deck itself. So I'll show that on my next little update here. So until then, that's it for this little section. I'm going to go ahead, clean these off, stick them into the hull. I'm going to cut these two pieces off and stick them onto the hull, and then I'll have a further update after that. All right, bye for now. All right, so step number 2 is now complete. So as you can see, I've got all the cross braces in, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they are all in nice and sturdy, glued in. I think it looks good. Everything's straight. The only thing I haven't done yet is try the deck on to see if it works, but I don't see why it wouldn't at this point in time. So I've also glued this piece on here. There's hair in it. I think I'm gonna have to, I don't know if you can see it in the video or not, but I think I'm gonna have to put a little bit of putty right in along here just to fill that little gap. I don't like that too much there. The other side ended up being not too bad fit wise. So anyway, that's glued in. So now we have a spot for all 3 props. All right, so that is it for this video, I believe. The next video will be on to step number 4, like I mentioned earlier, and that will be to start building the foredeck and assembling all the stuff on that. So stay tuned, and we'll see you on the next video.